Pisces. I'm going to see whose mind you're on. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a bird screaming in the background. It's either a crow or it's a blue jay. I'm not sure because I didn't go outside. There could be someone's intuition right now screaming at them, telling them to do something, to say something. I'm going to dig into that. It just stopped. Now, the bird was doing that for about 5 solid minutes, to the point where I was like, oh my God, am I going to have to like move places in the dabbling house? It was sounding like an alarm system. Time's up, time's up, time's up. Somebody could be feeling some sense of pressure, whether this is you or someone externally to you, but we're going to get into it. Now, as promised, I have on this video the giveaway winners. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pop in the names on the screen. I've got Patreon winners and then I've got YouTube winners. As a friendly reminder, Patreon always have giveaways if you pick the tier for that. And that also includes when I do YouTube giveaways, they also get the double chance of winning something. So let's see what's coming in for you guys. If you need anything, check it out down below, okay? Even if you just want to be nosy, go down there and see everything that I have to offer while you're watching this video. So let's see whose mind you're on. So the person's mind that you're on is someone who could feel broken. This could be someone who feels defeated. This could be someone who feels like this dynamic is not over. So someone could be in the process of feeling kind of defeated. This could be a family member. This could be a family member who's realizing, you know what, I'm the product of my environment and I don't like it. I've lived so long, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years thinking, I am who I am. You can't change me. Get what you get. You won't pitch a fit. But this could be someone who's recognizing that the reason they never tried to be someone different is because either they didn't feel that they deserved it or they felt broken. You know, sometimes the universe will give us certain family members, certain friends, and maybe even children for us to see that we can live a different life, that we can be a different version of ourselves, that we deserve more. An example would be, before I had my kid, I felt that I was who I was and there was no changing me. The life that I have is the life that I have. What do you mean? I can't be rich. I can't own a business. I can't be someone who's stable, who's grounded, who's consistent, because I've never seen that. I felt like I was asking for a life that wasn't possible. So what's the point? And then when I had my kid, I realized, wait, it absolutely is possible, because I would tell her it's possible. I would tell her not to get in her own way. So why wouldn't I take my own advice? That's what I'm saying here. You could have been brought into someone's life for them to see that maybe the way that they think and the way that they live isn't necessarily right for them, true for them. It's not really something that they actually want. All right, what is this person thinking when it comes to you? They're thinking how you're very loving, giving. They see you as someone who's emotionally available. You're nurturing. They see you as someone who doesn't trust a lot. You're not very trusting. You could also have some sense of like spidey senses. So when something feels off, you really go full blown into that. They view you as someone who's possibly been healing. With the Four of Swords, there could also be an energy here where recently you have been kind of staying to yourself. The Four of Swords could be an energy of like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? Oh, I've been resting. Yeah, I've been staying at home a lot more. That could be how someone's viewing you. They could view you as a homebody. Some of you could be more of like introverts than extroverts. The person, who is this person that's thinking of you? Let's see if I can get some energy around them. There's someone who feels like they either missed out on this opportunity or they decided not to accept it. So the person I'm bringing in could be a water sign, or it could be someone who was like, no, I can't take this opportunity right now. This opportunity isn't what's best for me. Can I be honest with you? For some of you, there's either something here where this person didn't feel like they deserved your love, or that you could have made them see how they needed to heal some sort of feminine wound. What do I mean by that? So if we have problems with maybe our mother, if we have some sort of mother wound, or if we have a wound that come from maybe a girlfriend, like a girl that is a friend who maybe did you dirty. Maybe this is a sister who's like effed up and always is doing some shady shit. Sometimes we can be traumatized by feminine energy that has some sort of substantial purpose in our life. Again, whether it is a family member, a grandma, a mom, someone you thought you were going to live with forever, and you really realized in that moment, hey, sometimes people show you who they want to be, not who they are. Maybe I should be a little more conscious. But sometimes we can overcorrect and then not trust that energy at all. So what would I mean by that? So if we get married, let's say, to a feminine energy, and then we realize, wait, the feminine I thought I was falling in love with and the feminine I've got right here at face value are different because you were showing me who you wanted to be, not who you truly were. Wow, so now I don't really trust feminine energies. They always show you who they want to be, not who they truly are, right? That could have broken a side of them that needs to be healed. No, that's not all feminines. That's that feminine. That shows where they need to do work. But that's not all feminine energies. That's what I'm saying here. So someone could be needing to heal the side of them that maybe doesn't have a good relationship with feminine energies. Now, this could also mean their own feminine energy. So this could be a man who has a hard time being nurtured. Okay? Have you ever tried to nurture someone, whether it is a family member, a friend, a lover, and they want to fight back? And it's like, okay, I'm going to make everyone's plate because I cooked dinner. Well, this would be the one person who's like, don't make my plate. I don't need you to make my plate. I'm grown. I can do it. Okay, calm down. There's nothing wrong with somebody wanting to take care of you. There's nothing wrong with somebody wanting to nurture you. But because this person has that sense of trauma around that feminine energy, not only do they kind of need to heal it on how they view feminine energy. Again, that could be accepting it. That could be feeling like, okay, it's okay for me to accept help. It's okay for me to accept love and compassion and softness. I don't have to give you anything back to receive that. Well, if you aren't healed, you might think that you don't deserve it. It might feel smothering. Here's an example. If you grow up in a home that's not nurturing, that doesn't have that feminine energy, people hugging on you, people loving on you, people touching on you, people wanting to cuddle, is probably going to make you uncomfortable. Why? Because you didn't get that. You didn't receive that. But in a home that has that nurturing energy, that has that very motherly energy, you're always going to feel okay with wanting to cuddle with someone that you love, that you care about. Again, this could be being 25 years old, laying on the couch wanting to cuddle on your mom and your mom rub your head, and people not being able to understand. Why would you do that? That's weird. Is it weird, or did I just get a nurturing energy that you didn't get and you can't understand it? But technically this is normal. This is how a mom or someone in the home that is the nurturing person should treat us. Same for a man. Men have nurturing energy. And I would say that that's the energy of like having the father figure who knows how to be tough, but also knows how to be accepting and loving, because he has that balanced energy within him. And again, I'm getting an energy here of someone not knowing how to handle it, someone not knowing how to handle the nurturing energy, the emotional energy. And that could be the brokenness. Someone here could really need to work on the trauma when it comes to something they went through with a feminine energy. Now, again, I can already hear the comments down below. Is this it reading even for men? This reading could be you as a female having a female friend and her doing you dirty. Her doing you so dirty that you can never be close to another female again because you feel like they're pick-me's. You feel like they're only in for one thing and one thing only. And some of you really need to recognize that that was something inside of that person that was broken that made them do that made them treat you that way. Maybe they didn't have a mother, so they didn't know how to be a girl's girl. That's the reason they did that. That's not a reflection of you, that's a reflection of them. And you could be on this person's mind. You could be on this person's mind around the fact that they acted in a way because they were broken. Maybe they know how to nurture things, but only nurture them so much. Again, you hear me say this, and I'm saying this as someone who come from a very toxic childhood. Being loved by someone who was raised in a healthy dynamic and being loved by someone who was raised in a toxic dynamic are two types of love. If you were raised in a healthy dynamic home lifestyle, the way that you handle issues and conflicts and relationships is very different because you more than likely had the balance of discipline with nurturing energy, with forgiveness. But if you grew up in a toxic household, you know how it feels to get the cold shoulder from the person who's supposed to nurture you. But it doesn't matter if they're supposed to nurture you. They're fucking pissed at you, so guess what? They ain't talking to you. Some of you don't know what it feels like to grow up in a household where if your dad tells you what to do and you don't do it, that means he's going to disown you. Because it isn't about him being your father. It's about you listening and being told what to do and you respecting the wishes of your parent. That is a toxic household. And if you grow up in a toxic household where you are dealing with people who are demanding, who are not forgiving, who have expectations constantly on you, who don't necessarily nurture you and only nurture you to give you something or to gain. It's like, okay, I'm going to nurture you because I know what I can gain, but this is also going to be the thing I take from you when you need it. That's not healthy. But again, if you grow up in that kind of household or if you live in that kind of household, it can make you feel like you're broken. And it can also make people who are very emotionally available or nurturing or forthcoming or soothing or caring feel overwhelming. Sometimes it can even make you feel suffocated. I mean, here's an example. I grew up in a house where we didn't really hug one another. We didn't touch one another. So I don't like being touched. Now, if I fuck with you and I love you, you can hug me, you can touch me all day. I don't like being touched. It's just not who I am. But I've had people comment, but when you love someone, Danielle, you don't keep your hands off of them. Like when you're in your circle, you're in your circle. Absolutely. That's because I've healed the parts of me that's recognized, wait, it isn't that I don't want it. It's that I wasn't receiving it, which is why it felt so uncomfortable for me. Someone here's got to realize that just because something feels uncomfortable doesn't mean that they don't want it. Does that make sense? So you could definitely be on someone's mind who isn't satisfied. This person's not satisfied. Again, this could be a family member. This could be that mom, that dad who's like, I want to be the parent that you deserve. I'm not capable though. And sometimes we have to realize that we can want someone to be a parent for us, but maybe they're not capable of being a parent. Maybe they don't have the necessary foundation to be able to be a parent. Not everyone can be a parent. Not everyone can be a husband. Not everyone can be a wife. Not everyone can be a good animal owner. You have to strive to be those things. You have to strive to say, oh, I'm wrong, and that's okay if I'm wrong. I can change it. That doesn't define me. But as soon as you get defeated at the fact that work needs to be done and that you were wrong or that you did something wrong or that, oh, I can't feel fixed, that's where you're going to stay. And it's like this person's at a place where they can either feel defeated or they can conquer the battle at hand. Okay, so I see movement forward. That's amazing. So someone's here. Someone might end up showing up at your work or at your home unexpectedly, because I just said someone's here. Nobody's here. But what I was going to say is someone here is finally allowing desire and passion to fuel action, where they were once maybe unsure how to manifest something. Okay, so again, I think what's happening here is someone's doing a lot of self-reflection. Someone here is finally saying, you know what? I can move forward. Some of you could even be helping this person see what they couldn't see before. So again, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If this is like a family member, you guys might need to realize that you're the family member that you might be classified as the black sheep. You might be classified as the person where, yeah, we don't really hang out with them. They're different. They're not really weird. We love them, but they just don't really fit with our group, our dynamic, our family. They think different. They act different. They don't really go with the groove of the wood kind of thing. It's like you're out of place. That's what I'm getting, Pisces. It's like you're out of place if this is family. And there's a reason for that. There's a purpose. You being out of place, so to speak, is the reason that this is happening. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so let's say you're out of place. Let's say that this is a mom or a dad and none of your siblings understand you. You've never felt understood by your mom. You've never felt understood by your dad. Your aunts, your uncles, nobody gets you. Okay? That's fine. Nobody needs to get you. But what you might need to understand is that the reason you were put in that family where nobody gets you, nobody understands you, nobody sees you, so to speak. The reason you were put there was for you to be the person who's able to shake their comfort zone. You're the person who was put there for them to release what is deemed a blockage or can't be seen. So let me give you an example. Let's say for the longest time, your family has been in this motion of doing things the same. You have the ability to come in and allow them to really see what they're desiring, but you allow it to be their own truth, their own path. So you're not the kind of person where you're going to be like, I'm going to argue with you and tell you why you're wrong and tell you why you're right and tell you what you need to see. You're the kind of person where you're going to say something and you might not know why you're saying it. You might not know how you got those words through or how you got them to come across. It's like, I don't know why I said that, but I obviously said it for a reason. You did say it for a reason, because you're going to be the person in your family where, you know, maybe this is broken communication. You're going to be the person that's going to be able to look at everyone at dinner and be like, you know, this is the most effed up family dynamic I've ever seen. And the communication here is trash. And I'm just going to be blunt with all of y'all, parents, grandparents. I love every single one of y'all. But unless we're willing to fix this as a whole, this ain't ever going to get fixed, because none of us know what the hell we're doing. And as soon as you guys get out of your butt and go, just because we're older doesn't mean we know everything, that's the only way that we're going to be able to heal things and finally have some sense of progression. Because the way that we've been handling it time and time and time again, generation after generation after generation, it's fucking broken. It's broken. And then that could be the moment where multiple people at the table go, well, first off, so-and-so was just vulnerable in a way that we're not really used to. Second, you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe we need to do self-reflection around the fact that when we get together, why are we always arguing? I see you guys once a year. Why are we always arguing? Okay, well, the reason why is because all of us could have desire on how we want to move forward, but that could be the broken part of us. Maybe there's an energy here where for too long in your guys' family, it's been about who's right. Who gets to say, who gets to be the maker of the choices, when in reality that doesn't matter. We all desire to have a say, but what we desire the most is to be in the presence of one another. And there could even be a conversation around the fact that if we continue on this path, that won't be a thing anymore. You could even say, and I'm just going to be blunt with y'all, if we can't start getting along, I'm not doing this family dinner anymore. I will not come anymore. And then that could make a family member, a mom, a dad, an uncle, a sister or brother go, yeah, something's got to give. You know, ever since grandma died, it's like the whole thing's fallen apart and we've got to be the reason it sticks together. That's what I'm saying here. It's like you've got to realize that if this is a family dynamic, that you might be B. Okay, so somebody's nickname could be Baby or BB or That could be a first, middle, last initial. They're also showing me names from back then where it would be like Betty Joe, Betty Jane, Mary Joe, where they would do like the double names. But yeah, some of you need to realize that you are being put in uncomfortable situations or predicaments for a huge reason. And it's for you to help shake where people are holding their own patterns, or where people are claiming that they're in a self-imposed prison. But again, it's a self-imposed prison. So it's an energy of like, well, we can't change anything. Yeah, first off, we can. We can quit pointing the finger at one another and telling each other what we think we need to do and just simply support each other's decisions. That's what I'm saying. Now, if this is a lover, this is a lover who feels broken and like they can't be fixed. They don't know how to not block their heart off and feel like it needs to be protected at all costs. So if this person needed to put pride or ego to the side and really tell you what they're feeling, they're not going to do that. They're going to protect their own security and their own heart at all costs. And if that means losing an opportunity, missing out on something I want, so be it. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to be honest with you. They're manifesting some sort of reunion. But do they have the strength or even the courage to take the action themselves? I would say no. And I would say there's something here with you coming up as the Queen of Cups where you have time and time again expressed something or given your cup or your love freely to the point where you feel dissatisfied. I'm only going to tell someone that they can have this so many times, Danielle, until I go, you know what, fuck it, you can't have it no more. How many times am I going to give someone a cup of water for them to pour it out? I'm not. That's your energy. And that could be the person's mind that you're on. Someone who wants nothing more than to possibly reunite with you, see you, spend time with you, but they don't have a union, marriage, or anything like that in mind. It's like, I would love to see you again. Now, again, when it comes to them taking action, I don't see that happening. Yeah, and that could be because there's some sort of karma that needs to be completed before a new cycle is possible. And that could be this person's karma. At what point are you going to protect what you have at the demise of what you want? Because what we have changes. So right now you might have animals, you might have kids, you might have your parents, but in 10 years, those kids might be grown. Those animals sadly might have done hit old age. Your parents might have decided to retire, and guess what, baby? They leaving your ass behind. That will then push you into a new cycle, and although you might be okay right now, you might be happy right now, you might be content right now, in 10 years, will you be happy? Will you be content? Because I tell people this all the time. People say all the time, well, I'm spending time with my kids, I'm raising my children when they get older. You don't know what's going to happen when they get older. They might forget about you. They might become obsessed with you and you have to take care of them. You don't know what's going to happen. That's why you can't bank on the future, because you don't know what the future looks like. It's like this person's got to recognize that if they want success, they're the only one that can make that happen. But again, they have to understand their pattern and their place in this. But they are thinking about you a lot. Why are they thinking about you? They're thinking about you because they're in the process of turning inward, and they're doing a lot of reflection around the fact that they could have decided to resist you, resist this. They could have been scared of something new, or they could have been clinging to their old ways, their old beliefs. So again, it could have been an energy of, but this is how I'm supposed to live life. Okay, life changes. Life changes. And they could have been clinging to their old ways, resisting new things, not realizing that they were going to get some sort of download in the future. Again, there's still a lot of lust here and attraction, but there's lack of change. There's lack of intention for a new way of life. Why are they holding themselves back? Well, they could be trying to figure you out, but they could also be holding themselves back due to a lack of self-worth. Maybe there's something here where they don't love themselves enough to go after what their heart desires. They're the kind of person where they play it safe. And you're the kind of person where when you go all in, you go all in, even if it's at your own demise. If they're trying to find any information about you, they're not feeling really satisfied with what they're figuring out. It's not enough. It's like, I want to know what you're up to. All I know is that you posted on Instagram 2 weeks ago, and that's about it. Like, that's what I'm saying here. I'm wanting to know more than what I'm able to find. That's what this person's thinking and feeling. Yeah, Spirit's telling you that things are not what it seems to be. So for a lot of you, you wouldn't even guess that you're on this person's mind. You see this as an opportunity that was missed. So when you look back, you go, Danielle, I gave everything to that person and they acted like it was nothing. I gave my love, I gave my emotions, I gave my cup. I was like, here, take it all. And they were like, you know what? I'm not thirsty. Wouldn't that piss you off? If this person's like panting and you can tell that they're thirsty and they need to be loved, they want to be loved. You can tell this person craves companionship, that they wanted someone there with them. And you were like, sign me up. I want to be that person. And as soon as you went to go hand this person your cup, they were like, I'm not thirsty. What? That's what I'm saying. They're definitely having inner shifts, whether they like it or not. Their subconscious is like, no, move the fuck over. You're working through this. Yeah, they see you as someone who's very nurturing. Again, the Queen of Water is that I want to take care of you energy. So if someone here has like a mama wound or doesn't have good experiences with feminine energies, they might see that as a manipulation tactic. Oh, you want to take care of me? Why? So you can be an ass when I really need you to? Again, it gives me the silent treatment. Imagine that the person you claim is the love of your life takes care of you all the time, but when they're really pissed at you, they make your life hell. Okay, well, that's not love. That's toxic as fuck. And that could be something this person dealt with, was that very hot and cold. I don't know what version of you I'm getting. I do know, though, that when you're pissed at me, you're going to make it known. That's not love. You're allowed to be mad at someone. You're allowed to be disappointed at someone. You're allowed to say, you know what, I'm not your fan today. But you still treat them with respect and dignity. And that could be the reason that you're on their mind, is they see you as someone who wanted to take care of them, someone who had a lot of compassion and you wanted to nurture them. They feel like they're not the person that you deserve, which is why I heard I didn't accept it, but I also didn't reject it. That's what, So yeah, you're on someone's mind who still has a lot of passion for you. What do you need to know about being on this person's mind? You need to know that everything's going to unfold in divine timing. So there is a possibility of you and this person coming across one another's paths again. Your intuition's telling you that there will be some sort of communication or text that will eventually come in from this person that will give you some sense of clarity and truth. I'm definitely seeing one person being kind of hostile. So I will say this. One person here is having financial issues. They could be struggling financially. They could be living paycheck to paycheck, so much so that there's days that they go without money and it's like, there's nothing I can do. Like I don't have any money. I have no credit. I've got nothing. That could be what one person's feeling. Well, the other person is a lot more financially abundant. And the person who's not financially abundant could be feeling a lot of like jealousy and hostility towards the one that is abundant. It could be a little bit of like, I wish I was where you were at. So it's making me very defeated and it's making me angry. And again, that could be the silent treatment. That could be the, I'm going to deal with this on my own. I don't need to explain anything to you. And again, that's fine. But also recognize that a lot of people that do that, a lot of people that act that way, they do that because of some sort of trauma in their childhood. Okay, if someone does the fine, I'll do it on my own, forget about it, I don't need your help, I'm going to shut down, that is a trauma response. So that could be something that's happening here. This person could be showing up from a place of like a trauma response. And I think Spirit's just telling you, don't let this affect you. If this person is meant to be with you, they will continue to work on themselves and they will come in towards you as the best version of themselves. And if not, that's on them. I mean, I don't mean it mean, but it is. Whatever is meant to happen is going to unfold in divine timing. But that's whose mind you're on. This person feels like you're some sort of gift. And that this would be a caring connection. Again, trying to manifest this journey. Trying to manifest the version of them that they want to be. I will say this. This person, whoever it is that I'm mentioning, will have some sort of storm coming their way. So this could be a financial issue that they didn't see coming. This could be a car breaking and guess what? It's not fixable. Someone here has a storm coming their way and it could end up pushing them back a little bit. So if they have intentions of possibly coming towards you, it may be delayed due to a storm brewing that they don't see coming. So again, it could be an energy of, okay, I got my savings up to $1,000. It's good. I think I'm going to reach out to so-and-so, see if they want to hang out. And then boom, they might get hit with some sort of random car problem. And then they have to pay for a towing bill. And then before you know it, that $1,000 is gone. And then that could make them question, okay, I thought that everything was fine, but here I am. I'm now 10 steps behind. I don't think I should approach you. Even though that's what they've been manifesting all along. This person could also have an unhealthy relationship with money. So what do I mean by that? They might find their worth in money. So if they don't have some sort of financial wealth or status, they might see that as them not being worthy when money does not make you worthy. All right, so I'm just going to throw that out there. But yeah, that's whose mind you are on. Someone who could be very controlling and maybe even has mood swings. Again, someone here sabotage the relationship. I see sincere feelings here. But again, it's an energy of like, if you don't want me to love you, I won't love you. You don't got to tell me twice. There could have been some sort of external factor that got in the way. And that could be a regret. Somebody could have put doubt in their mind. It could have been a friend. Could have been an acquaintance. There could have been other obligations that made them feel like they needed to repress from you and kind of suffer through it. If there was an opportunity for you to be there for this person or for you to help them, they rejected that. Okay? They did. They rejected that. They were like, I don't want your help. I want to do this on my own. I want to suffer in silence. I'm going to hold back and I'm going to deal with other things. Now, if that's the case, again, let's say that they were already thinking negatively about this relationship and then they told someone. This could be telling that friend, oh yeah, have you seen the person I'm talking to? Oh my God, they're out of your league. Okay, first off, I didn't think that until you said it. Are they? That might put a little glimmer of self-doubt. You didn't think they were out of your league before, but now all of a sudden your friend said it and now you're scared they are out of your league. And then that might make you feel not hopeful when before you were full of hope. But I think this could be something great. That's what I'm seeing here as well. So if there was a possibility for someone to give them advice and maybe put some sort of doubt in their mind, it definitely could have happened. Yeah. So yeah, that's whose mind you're on. All right, leaving it here. Have a blessed day.